Hello and welcome back to Mac at the Movies. Today I'm bringing you another weekly VHS rewind with the film Eyes Wide Shut. That's right, Stanley Kubrick. Love this movie. I remember the first time watching it, I immediately had to rewatch it. So many people, for the longest time, I had put off watching this flick because people told me it was just a bad movie. And that was back when I listened to a little bit more of what other people had to say in regards to what's good and what's bad, instead of making up my own mind. But I remember seeing this for the very first time and was just in awe of how wonderful it was. I really enjoy this film, and it's probably my favorite Stanley Kubrick film. I know there's so many to go from, and I do believe I own the majority of them. I think there's a few outliers here and there, but for the most part, I own the majority of his catalog, and this is at the top, if not the very top. I think the only thing that could I don't know, it's like this Full Metal Jacket and The Shining are at the very top, but I think this one, I always have to pick the one that sort of stands out as why that one, and I think it's going to be this one. Yeah, again, the very first time I saw this, I had to immediately rewatch it, and I loved it. So, I have a VHS copy. We're going to drop that out of here, and we're going to get into this. I hope everyone out there is doing well. I'm doing fairly well. It is New Year's Eve, the time that you're watching this. The ball will be dropping in a few hours, and everyone will be hugging and kissing to the new year. All that fun stuff. I will be watching movies, as I am wont to do. But yeah. I'm going to get into this movie. It's about to start up here, and then I will see you back during the rewind. Bye. And I'm back. So, as you can tell, it's morning. I got about halfway through the movie and went to bed. I think I started watching this movie at like 1:30, 2 a.m., somewhere around abouts there. So I just started getting really tired, thinking, why did I start this movie so late? I could have just done it in the morning. But we're here. I'm not going to take it back. I'm not going to start over. So, Eyes Wide Shut, how was it? Did I love it? As always, great movie. Let's hit that rewind and talk about this one. This isn't going to be like an in-depth discussion or analysis on this film, because I feel like everyone's going to have their own opinion and their own idea of this, and I'm sure that there are a million analyses online, so I'm just going to talk about it. So if you haven't seen it, maybe this will give you sort of a general idea on what to expect outside of the trailer itself. So let's hit that rewind and talk about it a little bit. Alright, so this film follows the characters of Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman as Dr. Bill and his wife. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But they're in a marriage. It gets a little rocky after one night, and there's a bit of an argument, a bit of a fight, while I guess they got stoned, and she decided to ask some very probing questions that were more theoretical than anything else, and it just created this fight, and you start to see the structure of the marriage pull apart. This film is full of secrets, lies, betrayal. There's a sex cult in the film, among other things. It's such an interesting film, and so much of it happens in what you think is like a dream state. The entire time you're going through the movie, there are parts you don't know, is this a dream or is this reality? Is this actually going on? or is this all in one of the characters' heads? It's a pretty interesting idea, and it sort of all spawns after the night these two get stoned and get into the argument, where she starts to reveal secrets about herself, and by the end of the film, you kind of see a 180 between the two characters, where the insecurities of one now fall into the other, and vice versa. So it's a very interesting film. I definitely suggest checking this one out. I know the rewind stopped. One interesting thing in this film is you kind of see that everyone is just, second fiddle to somebody else. The cats are playing very aggressively out there. But everyone's, second string, like runner up in somebody else's eyes in this film. You think, everyone's in a loving relationship or something like that, but it goes deeper, and you start to really see that early on, and then it expands throughout the film, and it kind of goes into that dream state that I was talking about, and you start to think, is it so much people finding each other as like a runner-up to somebody else, or the idea of people, I guess, wanting to get not necessarily what they need, but what they want, but at some point you find out and realize you're only getting, part of what you want, but not the whole deal. There's always that one thing, that something else. And I think this film touches on that in a very interesting and a direct way. Direct to the viewer, but sort of indirect to the cast, the characters. Again, a great movie. This is probably my favorite Kubrick film, simply because it requires multiple rewatches. Not because you need to, like in The Shining, you're trying to find out some certain things, but like this one, I feel like it's almost Lynchian in a way, where you have to rewatch it to sort of understand, to catch like little things that you may have missed. I definitely recommend with this one watching it once. Just watch it. Don't look for any hidden meaning. Just let whatever meanings pop out just happen. And when you go in for that second viewing or that third viewing or however many, I've seen this movie a number of times, and it seems like I catch something new every time. Granted, I do that with every movie, but like this is one of the, and I think this is why this is my favorite Stanley Kubrick film, is because what draws me to this film is that curiosity of wanting to find out more, and I like that. And it seems like each time I watch it, it's a little different. It's maybe an extra year of age adds a different form of perspective that I didn't think the year before that. So definitely a great film. I've talked way past the rewind, but this was one of them that I don't think you could just do a simple talk about, especially if you enjoy the film. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, especially if you enjoy Kubrick's other films. This was his final film. And I do believe it was thought that it was never finished, and they just sort of pieced it together, which could possibly lead to that dream state that you get in the film, and some of the lost moments and confusion that the film brings. But definitely check it out if you haven't. there have been interviews that say this is the final cut, and it's what Kubrick, I guess, wanted, and everyone has their own opinion on that one. But Eyes Wide Shut, definitely check it out if you haven't already. And hey, last day of the year. I hope everyone out there is doing well into the new year. We just had a storm pass by through here with some hail, and that's always fun. The cats were very concerned, but get into some more movies in the new year, and hopefully I'll bring you a whole lot more fun videos to share with you. So thank you for stopping by. Always be good to one another, and I'll see you next time. Bye.